o'clock, we're going to get started. I know it's a small group tonight, but we switched the webinar platform right at the last minute. And the reason why I did that was because I really wanted to get you guys, the mic issue last week was terrible. And I want to get you guys, later on pitching me, and we'll battle through some objections and stuff like that. And last week it was good. We got a lot of information out there, and we got a lot of people battling back and forth, but the mic issue was tough. So we switched it to this last minute so that you guys can have an opportunity to do that. And we also brought on Justin Herring, the founder of Yale Local, who's going to go over some SEO with you guys. It'll help you rank some of your sites so that you can get the traffic in there, bring in some leads, and then hopefully flip them over to some business owners. So Justin, you want to take it from there and do your thing?
Yeah, sure. So let me share this screen real quick. So basically you had sent over the luxury landscaping. So more or less we're talking about lead gen sites, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Let me share my screen, see if I can get, let's see. All right, can you see that?
Yep, got it.
Okay, so everybody, you can see the tabs, all that kind of stuff? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so this is a site that you had sent over as far as, obviously you're trying to generate leads for landscaping. Now, how deep do you get into? Are these sites already built for them, or?
Yeah, these were already built.
Okay, so these get built. So it looks like everything's fairly well set up on these. What I would do is, as far as, let's go back here, let's make sure. So on the, if these are set up, it looks like you got a good cities pages here. But as far as like the SEO, so to start out, obviously, now did you have all the keywords already? Is everything already put in there? Or kind of tell me where the start, where it begins.
To be honest with you, I know nothing about, I don't even know what you're talking about really right now. But yeah, pretty much our guys build the site out and just give it to them. I mean, that's pretty much how it works. So whatever they feel like they want to do,
they do it.
They do it.
So this is where you would start. Let's just say this. So if you said, hey, I want to generate leads for landscapers, okay, and they're going to build this landscaping site. It looks like it's targeting the metro area around Ontario. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I would do is, and I probably do this before I picked landscaping in Ontario, but I would go to this site right here, kwfinder.com. I have used every single keyword research tool out there. And this one is definitely by far the best to find long tail keywords to rank for in definitely smaller cities or even bigger cities. Like the Google Keyword Planner doesn't really show you all that stuff, so it's kind of tough. So these do. So let's just say Ontario landscaper, and you can just use it, leave the United States in here, but or you can put the actual city, however you want to do it. It's not going to affect it too much. But then you just click analyze. This thing will spit it out. And this is kind of what you want to do before you even pick your niche or where you're going at it. But if you're going to go after the landscapers, you definitely want to see who you're going against. So like if you were just going after Landscaper Ontario and I looked over here and I saw this, I would probably not go after that right away. That's going to take you a little bit of time. Okay. And the reason for that is, like this site right here, it's got some, what I like to call Google juice, where it's going to be a little tough to knock that one off. These ones down here, probably you can get those knocked off. But so that's why you got to look in here and see, it might be better for you to go into looking at the other types of terms in here. And that might be what you go after. So, it could be more so like landscaping companies, Toronto. So this one doesn't look as hard, but again, you want to look and see who's ranking number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you want to go over to the actual SERPs and just see if there's a, so let's say Ontario landscaping companies. Then you also want to see if there's a 3-pack that shows up, because if there's a 3 pack that shows up, you can probably get in there. But you want to see what's showing up here. So again, like Home Advisor, Thumbtack, Yellow Pages, you can actually beat those out. So I wouldn't be too worried about those. But this one looks like it's just make sure that there is a company, some kind of company that's showing up on that first page. So like you can see right here, this landscapeontario.com. Right. That's probably a lead gen site or some kind of company, but it's not like, Home Advisor. So if you see Home Advisor, Thumbtack taking up all 10 spots, I would not go after that keyword.
So there has to be at least one inside that.
At least one. You want it to be at least like half of it is really, like 5 of them, or if all of them are, a actual company, that's the best thing, because that means you can get in there quickly.
Right.
Usually, if it's all the big name companies out there, it's gonna be tough to beat them out. So you really want to go through here, and this is the part that takes the longest, and this is why people they think you just got to plop in there, throw in landscaping Ontario and try to rank for it. But you want to go in here and really dig down deep. Like you could find something like landscape trees. That might be something in Ontario that might, it's got some decent search volume. But you want to find the ones that are a little bit more obscure, but people are still searching for. Because that's how you're going to rank. So this site's actually set up pretty good. So if luxury land, so then you would come back here and you'd go, okay, and you do that for every single city. And so the smaller ones besides Ontario or Toronto are going to be, those are going to be fairly easy or easier. The smaller they get in size. But like this site, it's set up fairly good, but you really want to have the city. So you'll set up the site with luxurylandscaperfinder.com or finder.ca. And then you really want to have something where it says like city served, like this, or area served, or anything along those lines. And then you can put in there, Toronto, luxury land, or Toronto luxury landscaping.
And you would do that for each city.
You would do that for each city. Okay. Whatever kind of your keyword is in that. So you want to have that. And then what you can do with that though is, so you can actually build links back to just this city serve page, and it'll drip down and more or less rank all these pages, which makes your life a lot easier. So to kind of give you an idea, like, I know I might be jumping way ahead, but you can use something like this Screaming Frog, which is free. You just go download it, and you can kind of look in the back end like this. Like I said, this one's set up fairly good. So they've got the titles back here. Luxury landscaper, luxury. So you want to put the titles and just pick the one that you're going to go after. If it's luxury landscaping, go with that and just put that as the title for every different city, like they did in here. All right. And then in the back, this is in the back end of the site. Make sure your meta description, your descriptions in the back end are set up as well. Just talking about, landscaping in that certain city, and they need to be a little bit different on every single one.
Right.
But all this stuff can be outsourced too. You don't have to go in here. I mean, I do the first couple ones, but after that, you don't really have to do it all.
Now, where would you recommend for them? Like if they just wanted to go and outsource it themselves, would that be like something on Fiverr, or would that be?
You can actually find people on Fiverr that will do this for like $5 a page, which is cheap. They'll go in and they will, if you can give them the keywords, they'll go in and do all the titles, descriptions, and set up the whole site so that they'll set up your analytics, AdWords, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's for a lead gen site, it's going to be good enough.
Right. And you were talking about backlinks too before. Like, do you recommend like I see on Fiverr, like some people are like 8,000 backlinks and the
No,
other people are like 5 good ones.
yeah, do not do that. Do not do that. The best way, so the reason why I'm talking about setting these titles and descriptions up, because if you do this correctly, you won't screw up your site, because you're not going to have to worry about anchor text. And that's where most people get in trouble. When they're building their backlinks, they go, oh, I want to rank for, luxury landscaping in Ontario. And they go buy 100 backlinks that say luxury landscaping in Ontario linking back.
Mm-hmm. And that's not good.
That's not good. And that's where they get in trouble. So what you can do is, if you set these up properly so that they got the titles and the descriptions, and basically these are your keywords, you can just get links back to the site that are more like a branded name. So you could, your links could be like best luxury landscaping, or best landscaping, or even a lot of times you can just do luxury landscaping finder.ca and just build links with your URLs.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just branded links. So more or less you'd pick up, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of branded links for your actual website. So it'd be luxury landscape finder, best luxury landscaping, but don't include the cities in there. And then you can build links with those anchor texts in them, and it will rank for these cities. And then you don't have to worry about, over optimizing or anything else.
Right. Yeah, this is like really confusing, because it changes. It seems like it changes all the time. Like it's something you have to always keep up with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do it. There's 100 different ways to do it. I just personally do not like having to worry about every single anchor text I do, and
right.
Over optimizing.
Yeah, because like that stuff used to be okay, right?
Yeah, you can still do it too. You can still do it to a certain point, but at a certain point, if you over optimize, Google basically just drops your site. It's not gonna penalize you, but it's going to you're just gonna get knocked to like page 10.
Right. Just one day it won't be there.
Yeah. And then you'll have to go back in and do some other stuff. So, so that's why I'm saying that's the easiest to do, is just build branded links with branded anchor text to your site so you don't get in trouble.
And just show them too that the thing with the keyword on it that you were on before, with the keywords. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. So this is
right here.
So this is KW Finder. So you can look at all this stuff now. You can get 5 searches a day for free, I think. And then after that, it's like $10 a month or $12 a month, something along those lines for a certain amount of searches. But it's pretty sweet because you can see who's ranking, where it is. Usually their difficulty score is pretty spot on. So if it says it's not hard, anything below like 40, you can usually get ranked with some good, some decent links back to the site. And then you can also click on this little button down here, and it'll pop open and show you the how it looks in Google. And so it'll kind of tell you how many links they already have. So if you look at something and you see like right here that like these people down here have 114 links, it could be a little tough to pass them up right off the bat.
Right. And that's basically what you're looking at, or I can't see where your mouse is because this guy right here. Okay. So basically what you're looking at is the rank, the orange, the yellow, and the green.
Yeah. Yep.
And the links.
So like the rank is going to be more so the way I look at it is, if this thing's yellow, that means that domain has very high authority.
Okay.
So it's going to be pretty tough to overtake like house.com. Okay. Mm-hmm. For just that domain, like you can see the domain authority right here is 93. That's about as good as it gets. But for this certain URL, this is just kind of a city page in the house thing. You see how that one page only has 10 links though.
Right.
Now they might be really good links, but it's not impossible at that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah, can you just show them what? Okay, so see, this is a little confusing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because we're trying to throw everything into at once.
Right. No, I just want to know like this, like how do you? Okay, so you go to KW Finder and then you type in the keyword that you want.
Yeah. So let me get this thing's driving me nuts up here. Let me get over here. Let's go back. So if I go to KW Finder, yeah, let's see. So we go back here. So yeah, you're going to have to kind of just think of some type of keyword. Just give a broad, range. So let's say, yeah, like we said, Ontario landscaping or landscaper. Okay. And you can either use United States or you can actually type in Ontario here if you wanted to. I like to use United States. I can see the search volume, what it's going to be, but you can also, I'll just do that and it'll pull up. Oh, why am I saying United States too? It's in Canada. Yeah, so you want to go Canada. All right, so then you search that. And then basically what I do is I'll click on this search button right here.
Mm-hmm.
Drops it up. So these are broad terms. You're not going to, you can rank for these in the cities that you're in, but I wouldn't try to go after something with a 9,000 search. So scroll down a little bit to where you can find something that says like Ontario landscaper or the city you're trying to go after. So we would keep scrolling because I don't see anything exact. So like Ontario landscape architecture, let's just say that. Okay. It's getting about roughly 70 plus searches. That's actually not bad. That means it's getting between 70 to 200 searches. And then you can see if you click on this little button here, it'll then pull up who's showing up for those searches, and you can make sure it's something you want to go after. So like this right here, this doesn't look like it has any kind of companies that sell landscaping. So that's probably not something good to go after.
Right.
That's just, talking about going to get a job or a degree. So you keep going down again. So let's say landscape show, landscape trees, landscape plan, landscape. So we're just, again, you're going to be able to get this. You got to kind of play around, but so let's just say Winnipeg landscaping companies. Okay. So we'd click on that. And so now you're seeing, you got yellow pages up top. So you see how this one's easy.
Mm-hmm.
So like this right here, you could dominate that in a pretty short amount of time.
And it looks too like people are paying like $3 a click to be on top of that page.
Correct. So yeah, it's usually going to be between $2 to $3 for something like that.
So that's a pretty big. I mean, for someone who's doing SEO, I mean, if it's easy to rank, then it's.
Yeah.
People are paying for advertising. It's a pretty big opportunity.
Yeah. So this would be something I would go after, like Winnipeg landscaping companies. And then once you find a good keyword like landscaping companies, or if it's landscaper or luxury landscaper, you can just use that for every city. Because usually once you find one of them, it's good for all the cities then.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, I'm going to type in the chat box, guys, just the that URL so you can. If anybody has any questions too, just shout them out.
So that would be the first step is really just dialing down the keyword search phrases. Again, don't let whoever built the website figure out your keywords for you. Although it might be perfect or it might not, but just make sure you have that set up correctly. And then what you want to do is you want to go out and you want to just get some what I call foundation links to the site if you're trying to rank this thing. And what those are is, again, those are just a lot of good branded links to the site. Mm-hmm. And that'll, they're from, all kinds of edu links, all kinds of stuff. And where I go to get those, I just go over to this conquer.io site, and you'll see this guy right here, this white hat link service, and all these links are actually perfectly fine. Like you cannot get hurt with these things unless you just don't put the anchor text as like your keyword, like I was saying. And so, yeah, it costs $75, but more or less this will get you set up. You're going to get about 230 links that are really, really good to have. And then after that, you can come back and start building up some links. And after this and about 20 more links, you should be, starting to rank pretty good.
And that's really all it takes, huh?
That's really, yeah, but just setting up the site correctly.
Right, that's the big thing.
That's the big thing, because if you don't set up the site correctly, then you got to get real specific on the type of links you're getting and the anchor text and all that.
Right, because if I was doing it myself, if I was doing like Landscaping Ontario,
Yeah.
Landscaping Ontario would be like every third word in every sentence on every page. Because
Yeah,
that's
so
the extent of my SEO knowledge. Like that's, and I would fail miserably.
yeah, I mean, and that might work, but I don't know how long it's going to work for.
Right, it might have worked in like 1998, but now it's
So yeah, so you set it up right, then you buy these links. Again, you make everything when you do it, make it so that they're branded links, meaning like it's just the name of the site, the name of the company, luxury landscape finder, all those types of words. Don't put all the cities in them or anything like that. You'll start showing up once you're because of the titles in the pages.
And remember, too, the other important thing, guys, that Justin mentioned, the city served. We have the different link for each one.
Yeah, so this is actually not bad. You could set this up pretty good. So like this link right here, instead of saying category up here, I would just have it say either cities or city served or any of those, and then just have it just set up just like this. Just have it or any of these. So just say city served, Uxbridge luxury landscaping.
Right, and that you could basically just go back in WordPress and just change the
correct. Yep.
Name of it. So that's pretty easy.
Yep. So you do that, and then yeah, I mean the other thing, just for something like that, it's not too hard. And then just the homepage. Yeah, just have the homepage ranking for one of your cities. So have the homepage ranking for maybe your major city, like Toronto, or you can just have it be just showing up for luxury landscaping, either or.
All right, Cindy, sorry for such a basic question, but back to beginning, what instructions would you give the Fiverr guy? That's a pretty good question. I have no idea. What would you ask the Fiverr guy, like if you were doing something like this? Or what would you tell them?
So you can go over to, let's see, Fiverr.
Or Conquer, I guess, the same type of deal, really, right?
Yeah, same deal. So what you would do, I mean, they've already got the service set up. So they're going to know what they need to do. You just more or less have to give them the directions of how you want this site set up. Either they can go in and they'll actually build out the pages for you. You just have to know what pages you want. Or if you've already got the pages built out, usually what I'll do is just put them on a spreadsheet and just have them listed on the spreadsheet with the pages just going down. And then I'll have the keyword next to the pages and just say, go put these in and write titles and meta descriptions.
Okay, so title, all right.
So like if I pulled up I'm trying to think of what's the best way without showing a client right now. Let's see. Let me see if I can get, so yeah, so basically on the you'd have a Excel spreadsheet up. On the left, on one column, you just have your URLs.
Right.
And on the next column, you would just have the keywords.
Okay, that's pretty.
The URL would just be your city pages or your, whatever you have as your URLs. And then the one to the right would just be like, your keyword might be luxury landscaping Ontario. Mm-hmm. And then, so what they would do is they'll go in. So if you go to Fiverr and just say, website optimization And so, and just pick somebody that's got like, 500 reviews that are all 5-star. I mean, the guy obviously cannot be screwing things up too bad. Let's see. So let's say average customer reviews. I will design. So just go through these and just say, I will do Yoast SEO. So it might not be optimize the website. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I will optimize and fix.
Do you recommend any of those plugins like Yoast or anything like that to do any of this stuff, or not really?
Yeah. You want to put in Yoast and run everything through that. So you could have somebody do that for you here, right here. I'll do Yoast SEO optimization for your WordPress. But yeah, you want to install Yoast, and for this kind of site, you don't really have to do a whole lot more on the plugins. I don't want to get you confused on that, but yeah, just do the Yoast, and then I'm just trying to find like somebody here that's security after the alpha. Or SEO upside, website content. I'll show you. Let me see if I can show you the guy that we use real quick. He's good. Where am I at here? Oh, let's see. Okay, here we go. So you'll see, I got to manage orders. So you'll see active here, and I've actually got one active right now. So professionally perform on-page optimization, SEO, boom, boom, boom. Now, I'm having this site has like 100 pages on it. So I'm having them do that. But basically, this guy will set everything up for you and run it, all the way through. As you can see, he's got 701 5-star reviews. Obviously, he cannot screw it up that bad. And so you might have to fix a couple of the, if there's some language issues, sometimes they'll put, a word in there that's not exactly what you want, but for the most part, it's all good. But they'll go in there, they'll fix up the whole site, make sure it's all good to go, as you can see right here.
Right. So basically, you're taking the data from the KW Finder.
Yep.
And you're just you're setting it up the way that you talked about with the links with the city served and all that. And then you're kind of just passing along that information to Fiverr or Conquer or whoever, having them do the optimization on the page for you, and then build some backlinks as well.
Correct. So they'll do this, and then once I have this set up and I know all the pages and all the pages are set up on the site, I'll then go order this, because this takes a couple weeks. They don't just do this overnight, because they got to build out 230 plus links. So I'll go order this, and then while this is getting ordered, you can go actually. There's another service in here if you wanted to do it. I usually wait until this gets done before I start building backlinks, because you don't want to just like throw up a site and then start pointing links at it, because Google's going to be like, what's going on?
Right, and that's just one thing I'll quickly add, because this happened to me like 10 times.
Yeah.
A lot of people will ask us like, well, how long does it take? Right. And from my experience, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if this is true or not, but I've seen this when I hired people to do SEO for me. If you get 250 backlinks and they happen in a day, that's not a good thing.
Yeah. So it depends on the types of backlinks, but yeah, you don't want it to happen in a day.
Right.
Correct. So that's why you don't go to Fiverr and buy 8,000 links and they send them all to your site. You're going to get a penalty right away. Right. So on this one, they drip feed these for 20 days. So that's
because I know people are going to ask like, why does it take so long or whatever? But the fact of the matter is you want it to take not 6 months, but you don't want it to all happen at one time either.
Yeah. After this occurs, so basically after this occurs and you can start doing stuff, after the first month, you'll start seeing some pretty fast movement. Mm-hmm. But you just can't go balls to the walls like day one.
Now what about like upkeep?
So it depends on where you're showing up. So like, let's say you do this and then you go and you get some more backlinks and you're still not showing up. And again, when you build these links to your site, don't think like the next day, all of a sudden Google's going to find the links and they're just going to shove you up there number one.
Right.
Sometimes it can take a couple weeks before you all of a sudden pop up, or it could just take a couple days. I mean, it's hard to tell. So the upkeep is really just after you're kind of watching it, you can just continue to purchase some more links. And this is why I do branded links, because it's tough to, if you purchase an anchor text link that is, luxury landscaping in Ontario, and you really don't know for like 3 weeks and you're just sitting there, then if you do branded, you can do more of them, and Google's not gonna hurt you.
Right. So branded, basically what you're saying is leave out the in Ontario thing.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, and then don't do. Yeah, just don't do. In Ontario or Mississauga or any of those where it's, just kind of mix it up. Best luxury landscaping, land luxury landscaping finder.ca. Just about 10 to 12 different versions of your brand name. It could be luxury landscaping finder LLC,
Now let me ask you this, and this has nothing to do with the people on here. It totally is my own selfish thing. But I work with a lot of attorneys, and a lot of them want to rank for themselves.
Yeah.
So in that, like, would you recommend them ranking for a brand, or would you recommend them just trying to do the same strategy? Like if you put somebody's name,
yeah, well,
is that a problem?
That would be really easy. Yeah. I mean, you can do.
But is that but because you said the anchor text thing. So like if I go out and I buy those 237 links or whatever it was, and I put like, a lawyer's name on that link.
Yeah.
Is that good or is that bad?
You wouldn't want to just have one name on there. Like you'd want to maybe have his middle name. You'd want to have his law firm. Maybe his name's Bob Jones law firm, Bob Jones
right. Associates and whatever.
Yeah, Bob Jones Associates, Bob Jones, Bob Charles Jones, Bob. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You'd want to have 10 to 12 different variations, and then also maybe his website. And then so that would give you a pretty good broad basis, and that would rank him for his name.
All right, man. That sounds good. Does anybody have any other questions? That was a lot of information, but it's good stuff. And hopefully that helps you guys. So if you have any other questions, you can shout them out. If not, we'll get on to, I know some of you probably want to talk, so we'll open that up. All right, man, that was awesome. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. No worries.
All right, guys. So if anybody wants to talk, you can raise your hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over, after we're done talking, I'm going to go over the letter that I was talking about last week. So you guys had the letter that we went over last week with the proof in it and all that. We're going to go into the follow-up letter now. And what I'm going to do first is open up. Modeep, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good. You're up first.
Okay, let's go.
Because you're my superstar.
All right.
So what are some issues? We went over a little of this before, but what did you do last time we talked? What issues can we go back and forth on and fight about?
Issues, as people are saying, you can go ahead and say something like, okay, so give me the free one and then we'll talk more. How does that sound?
Well, where are you at in that conversation? You got to set me up a little.
All right, so let's set you up. You call me. Are you going to be the one selling the lead gen stuff, or am I going to be calling you?
No, I'm selling it to you. And your objection is send me the free one and we'll talk later. If I'm doing a lead gen thing, I'm good with that, right? But if it's something like we talked about before, which some of you might not know this, so I'll just go over it really quickly. Modib is basically pitching people that are already paying for leads. So it's a little bit different for him, but if it's something like where we talked about before, then I'm going to close that differently, right? But if I'm just doing the straight up lead gen thing where I'm like, listen, I'm going to send you a free lead. If it works out, we'll talk in the future. If it doesn't, we'll part as friends. That seemed good. And the guy's like, okay, send me the free lead. I'm like, okay, cool. Did my job.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but if I'm trying to one call close that guy, it's a different situation. But if I'm going to one call close him, I'm going to set it up differently. So what happens before that is completely different.
Okay, cool. So I'll hit you with some different. Go ahead and pitch me.
Well, just hit me with. Dude, we've done this like 500 times. Just hit me with objections, like whatever you have, whatever issue you're having.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So Kenny, listen. How much do you charge per lead, and how does this whole thing work?
To be honest with you, like I said before, I don't even know if I could do it or not. And the last thing that I would want to do is start our relationship off by misleading you. So I really can't even give you an answer on that yet because I'm not even sure if I could do it. But here's the thing: what I'm going to do is, if I can.
So if you're not even sure you can do it, then why are you calling me? Go ahead and do it, and then call me back.
Well, because the reason why I'm calling you now is because there's no reason for me to go out and generate leads if nobody's willing to service them. So I wanted to give you the respect of calling you first to see if you can even take the business. If you can't take the business, then that's fine. If you want to stay small, that's cool with me. I'll just call somebody else and see if they can take it. But if you are willing to service the client that I can bring in, if I can do it, then I'd be more than happy to send them your way. Does that seem fair?
I guess that seems fair. Yeah, and how much may we charge for this?
Well, like I said, I don't even know if I could do it yet or not, so I don't want to mislead you and tell you a price that's not going to be true. But when I figure all that out, and if the lead works for you, then we'll talk in the future. Does that sound good?
Okay, sounds good. But quick question: how do you generate your leads?
Let me ask you a question.
What's your plan? What are you gonna do?
Okay, I'll tell you. What is it? What do you do, Modi?
Painting.
What's your business?
Painting.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I can give you the whole plan. I can give you all, everything I got. But does it really matter as long as the walls need paint? Like if I get them from standing on the street with my shirt off and waving people into your office, or if I get them from the internet, or I get them from cold calling, or I get them from running around the street naked, does it really matter? As long as the walls need paint and you have a brush and a roller and a can, at the end of the day, isn't that really what matters?
That's true.
Right. I mean, I can ask you for 9,000 different ways on how you paint a wall, but as long as the wall looks good when you're done, I don't really care.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's it. You want to hit me with anything else?
Okay. Yeah, I'll hit you with some more. Okay, next one. Next one's gonna be. Okay,
I like Modi.
Kenny, listen. I've tried the whole lead gen thing before, right? And like I've been with Home Advisor and stuff like that for a bit, and I even tried Angie's List. All the leads are the same. They don't want to buy. They want estimates, and how do I know you're different? I'm just talking to you on the phone for the first time. I don't know about you or your company, and how do I know this is even gonna work?
I agree 100%. The bottom line is you don't know that I'm different. As of right now, I have less credibility than a Home Advisor or whatever that you've already tried, right?
Yeah, I've tried them. I got burned in the past. So.
And you said they didn't work for you, right?
No, it didn't work.
Let me ask you a question. What kind of phone are you using right now?
I'm using a Samsung S6.
Samsung XS6. Was that the first cell phone you ever bought?
Nope.
What was the first one you bought? You remember?
I think it was an iPhone 4.
iPhone 4 was the first one you bought? Must be young.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. Do you agree that your phone that you have in your hand right now is like essential to your business, right? I mean, you're a painter, so you need to be talking to people on that phone all the time.
100%, yeah.
And why did you get rid of the iPhone 4?
I was getting old, man. It was getting slow, and I need to upgrade my device because it was
right. So let me ask you this: when you were talking to your clients on the iPhone 4 and it was slow and it was cutting out and it was crashing, was that a good experience or a bad experience?
Super bad.
It was a bad experience. It was a bad experience, but that didn't prevent you from buying the new phone because you understood that the phone was essential to growing your business, right?
That's true.
Right. All I'm asking you to do is apply the same logic here. You might have had bad experiences with Home Advisor or whatever, but you and I both know that leads are essential to what you're doing. So don't let the bad experience with them shed a negative light on what I'm trying to do with you. Let me send you the one free lead, and we'll talk future business later on if that lead works. Does that sound fair? Shut that guy down. I don't even need to wait for your answer on that one because that was so smooth. Unbelievable. I impressed myself. Okay, what's the next one? Go ahead.
Let's go for the next one. Let's see. All right. So your leads are exclusive. Does that mean you're going to be working only with me, or you're not working with anyone else in the industry here, right? It's only me.
Well, right now I'm not working with anybody.
No,
I mean,
well,
that's
when
going to
you
be
send me the lead, who is this lead going to be sent to? How do I know when I start buying leads from you? What if I don't like the lead, or what if doesn't work? I don't know. Is there a refund policy here, or how does that work?
right. So let me ask you this: Are you going into this planning to fail? Because you're already talking about it not working.
Well, listen, I don't want it to not work, but like I told, my experience in the past has not been so great, so I don't really know. I mean, I understand the leads might work. I'm just wondering how good are your leads? A lot of times they just want free estimates. You want to go, so I don't really know yet.
Right. Well, like I said,
and how am I paying you? How am I going to pay you?
right now you're not paying me anything. All I want to do right now is
No,
send you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but there's nothing free in this world, man. Come on, there's gonna be a cost involved eventually. I'm gonna get the lead, and there's gonna be a cost involved eventually. So once there is a cost, how am I gonna pay you?
How do you want to pay me?
Usually I don't know. I do it online, a Visa. What do you take? I don't know.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if I could set it up in a way where there was absolutely zero risk to you, and the only possibility was that you made more money in your business, would you do the deal with me right now?
I mean, maybe you can give me a call back in 6 months. Okay,
And how long?
We can talk in 6 months. I'll be looking for leads then. Right now, I'm not kind of full. I'm good for now, but give me a call back in about 6 months.
Do you know how many people paint in this area?
Paint, like other contractors, or you asking me for?
Yeah, I'm not talking about like Bob Ross. I'm talking about like paint walls. You know how many people in this area paint walls?
A good amount of them. I know.
And I told you my leads are exclusive, right?
Yep.
Okay. So one of those companies, I'm only going to work with one of them. That's what I told you before. One of them is going to get it. Do you think I'm going to wait? Do I sound like a guy that's going to wait 6 months?
No, you're not going to wait 6 months.
I'm not going to wait 6 months. So the bottom line is this: you either give me a little bit of your trust right now and let me earn the rest of it over the next 6 months while you're generating more business, or I move on to the next guy. It's up to you.
Okay, that's good. All right. Next objection. Do you want to keep going? I got a good one. I think.
Go ahead.
I had a good one I got this morning. Hold on, I'm trying to think about it. What did that lady say? She was saying, so how many people do you do this to a day? Are you calling me for a free lead? What if I take it? Is there any obligation for me to move on with you, or can I just take the free lead?
No, there's no obligation at all. If that lead doesn't work out, I don't expect you to do business with me. I mean, listen, I only expect to get paid if I perform. I only want to make money if you make money. I'm not here to rob people. I mean, that's like saying, listen, do I still have to pay you if you don't show up and paint my walls? I mean, it's,
Yeah, listen, okay, so, let's say the lead you send me for free does work, and, everything works out, and am I going to sign does there a contract, or how does this thing work?
Well, how about this? If that lead works and you close the deal and you paint that guy's walls or whatever he has you do, we will work the deal after that, however you want to do it.
And how many?
What would that ideally be for you?
The ideal would probably be a commercial lead, someone who's looking for like a business kind of.
I get that, but what I'm talking about is like you asked how it would work as far as contracts and payment and everything else. What I'm asking you is just if that lead is the perfect lead and they close down easily and you make $5,000, whatever it is, you make money on it. Ideally, what would be the perfect scenario for our relationship after that in your world?
I'd probably give you $20 a lead.
$20 a lead? And how many leads can you handle?
About like 10 or 20 a week.
10 or 20 a week?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Like I said, I'm working exclusively with one company in the area, one painting company in the area. If I was able to give you the exact leads that I was just talking about, exclusive to you, we could do it right now, and I could do it for $15 a lead. Would you be willing to do 10 a week?
Let's do a deal. That's good. That's good. Do you want to practice if I'm a secretary?
Sure.
Or want to show them how to get past the secretary? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
All right,
you guys, whoever's up next, just get ready because I'm going to come to you in a second.
Bring, go.
Do I know the owner's name or no?
You do not know the owner's name.
Okay, perfect. And what companies am I calling?
You're calling. Let's just say you're calling. I'm gonna say the name. Let's say New York Plumbers. No, not New York. Yeah, New York Plumbers. That's what you're calling. Okay, go.
Okay.
Hi. Who is this?
Hi, how you doing? My name is Kenny. Is the owner available?
What is this in reference to?
It's actually in reference to some work that I need to have done. If he's around, I'd love to speak with him.
Yeah, he is around. Maybe I can get some more information now. What kind of work do you need done?
Pipes. Is he available?
Yeah, I mean, you can talk to me. I handle that stuff. I can give you a quote.
Are you a plumber?
No, I'm not a plumber. I'm a secretary here.
Okay. Well, I need
But
pipes installed in a home, and he's the
Uh-huh.
plumber. He's licensed, certified, and insured to plumb, or whatever you guys call it. I got to
Uh-huh.
speak with him. I mean, no offense to you. I'm sure you love your job. I'm sure you're great. I'd hire you in a second, but this technical stuff, I got to go over it with him.
Let me go ahead and go ask him.
No problem.
What do I ask him? What's your name again?
My name is Kenny.
Does he know you?
It's in reference to
Does he know
pipes.
you? Does he know you or no?
I'm sure he knows it, Kenny. Yeah, you can just tell him it's me.
All right, Kenny. I just asked him. He doesn't know who you are. Is this regarding a project that you're doing with us, or what is this regard to?
It's regarding a project I'm trying to do with you, but you're kind of stopping it. I mean, is he available? I mean, I could call somebody else. Is he available or not?
Okay. Let me go ask him. Oh yeah, he said he'll speak with you. Okay, perfect. That was a good one. I like the how you overcome that one. Okay.
Now, what you guys have to understand is the harder it is to overcome the secretary, the harder it is going to be when that guy gets on the phone. But the better it's going to be if he closes, because the harder it is to get to the person, the better client it is. All right, go ahead.
Not a next objection. I don't really know any other objections for a secretary. That was pretty much it. Yeah. Anything else you want to run through? Any other objections you want to run through? I don't have anything.
Nothing else? All right, you're out. Thanks, Bodhi. All right, who's next? He's really good on the phone, by the way, guys. Bodhi is really good on the phone. Getting better every day. All right, whoever wants to talk next, just let me know. I'm going to go over this letter, too, real quick with you guys while we set up the next person. All right. This should be a effing nightmare. I could already feel it because I don't even know how to get my screen on. All right, let me open this up first. Okay, so this is the threat letter, right? We talk about this. Now I can't find it. Hang on. There it is. Okay, this is the threat letter. It could be an email. It could be, whatever, right there. Okay, so this could be an email. It could be a FedEx package. It could be a regular mail. It doesn't matter what it is. Usually what I like to do is I like to send this a couple different ways. All right, now, if you notice in here, I don't really mention like SEO or like any of that stuff because it was obvious in the first half hour. I don't know anything about that stuff at all. Like, I don't just play around. Like, I don't know anything about that. Justin's awesome at it, but I don't know anything. So I don't mention any of that stuff here. So basically what the email says is the guy's name. Just want to shoot you a quick email before our meeting on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you always put in the first line when the meeting's going to happen, right? This is after I booked an appointment with somebody. Or if it's somebody that you sent a lead to, right, you could just say, just wanted to shoot you a quick email before I call you with the lead on Thursday at 2 o'clock or whatever, right? Just make it fit to whatever you're doing, but don't change the structure of it. Like I said when we first talked, our goal is to dominate the industry. It's a must for us. We need our client to be the only painter in Dallas providing the service. To become the best, you have to take business away from others, and that's exactly what we do. Very, very important because we're setting it up to where we're going to say to them, listen, if you don't work with us, somebody will. You know who these people are. These people are already taking business from you, and if you don't work with us, they're going to destroy you. So the options are, there's two options. You can either work with us and help us destroy them, or they're going to destroy you because we're going to give all of our leads to them. That's basically what this is. All right, so sounds harsh, I know, but it's business. And that used to be longer, right? I used to give examples in there. I used to say, like, look at Amazon. They took business from the mom and pop shops and Walmart and everything else. They used to go on and on, but it just, the shorter the better. So I took all that out a couple months ago. Okay, because of that, I have my guys do a quick competitor analysis for you ahead of our call. Just wanted to be on the same page as to what we're dealing with. It looks like the top 5 companies in your space are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure you probably heard of them, and they're probably taking business from you right now. The good news is that since we only work with one company per location, we'll be able to flip that around on them pretty quick. I look forward to speaking with you on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then your name, your email, your company, and your phone number. So again, the whole point of this email is we only work with one company. Our goal is to dominate. That's all we care about, right? And that's the truth. I mean, I don't really talk about any of my clients or anything like that. I do with some people, but not on calls like this. But some of my clients, like I have an attorney that's somewhat local. He's about 100 miles away from me. And this dude, like, he just demolishes everybody. It's not even funny. If you look through the court records, he's a family law guy. If you look through the court records, he's in and out of every case. Like 80% of the cases in this county, this guy or one of his associates, he has 40 associates that work under him. His firm is in and out of every single one of them, like 80% of the cases. And when I started working with him, he had like 3 people working for him. Now, it wasn't all me. I mean, the guy's like ambitious, like crazy. He's an animal, and he's a really good attorney. And he has a great pricing structure. He's a great sales cycle. Everything is perfect. But the point is that that's what we try to do every single time. We want to make it so that like the guy that we work with or the girl that we work with, the company that we work with is the only option. Okay. And that's true. But in order to do that, what we have to do is we have to first isolate the top 5 because we're going to have to pick some of them off or at least weaken them a little bit in order to get that done. And the way that we do that is very simple. We control the eyes in the market. Whoever controls the eyes in the market is going to win every single time, right? Whoever has the audience is the one that's important. If you don't have the audience, you're meaningless. And that's true for every business in the world. You can look, especially like look at the online stuff, right? There's a reason why there was 5 people from 2000 to 2005 that controlled everything in the internet marketing space. Because those 5 people had everyone on a list. And if you look at the traffic and the finances behind those 5 people or 6 people, whatever it is, you'll see that they spike and then go down and spike and then somebody else spikes and then they all go down and then somebody else spikes. They just all promoted each other and they all just controlled the whole entire audience, right? So the point is whoever controls the audience wins. Look at Amazon. Amazon Prime is huge. Why? Because you're a captive audience. They control the eyes. Okay, whoever controls the eyes wins. And that's what we try to do all the time. So in order to get to that point, we have to pick off one of those top 5 or at least take something from them. And that's what we're trying to explain here. We're also trying to get across that if they don't work with us, we're going to work with one of them. Okay, and we're here to put people out of business. Like I'm not a friendly business person. I'm here to like hurt people. Not physically, but like I want to take market share from people. I mean, that's what business people do, right? So if they don't work with us, we're going to work with one of the bigger people. And when we work with the bigger people, we just throw bigger punches. It's just that simple, right? And there's times on a sales call where I'll say stuff like that, okay, really to get it across. So I'm going to give this to you guys. It's going to be in the wherever the hell Lee puts these things. It'll be there. Like I don't know anything about this stuff, but it'll be there for you guys to look at whenever this goes up. How the hell do I get out of this now? All right, hang on a second, guys. I'm just trying to get back to my chat box, which I guess lost. Okay, there we go. All right, so whoever wants to come on next, let me know, and I will open up your mic, and we will talk. Guys, if anyone wants to say anything, open up your microphone. Just let me know, and I'll open up your microphone. You guys write me 400 emails a day, and nobody wants to talk when they get on the call. This is your time to get your question answered. I can't answer them in email. I just write you back stupid shit that I don't even know what I'm talking about. If you want me to answer your question, open up your microphone and say something. And I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. Because I do. I get like 20 emails a day saying like, oh, what's this about? What's that about? And it's not all you guys, but still, it's like you're here right now. If you have questions or, whatever, let me know and I'll help you. If you have objections that you can't get over, let me know and I'll help you. If you're having a problem getting proof, let me know and I'll help you do it. All right, guys. Well, no one wants to talk. No one wants to say anything. So I'm going to end it there. I gave you guys a threat letter. I'm going to give it to you in the membership area. Leo will give it to you in the membership area because I don't even have access to the membership area. But I'll send it to him and he'll give you the a copy of this. Alabama Mike. Yes, I'm seeing that. He will give you a copy of this. The replay will be up probably tomorrow, I guess. I don't have control of this replay, so usually it's on my YouTube account, but this week it's not. So Lee will have it up. He's quick with it, though. He has it up usually the next day. And if you guys have anything between now and next week, just let me know, I guess. And next week. Oh, wait. Mike says he has some questions. Hang on one second. Mike, I don't see any of your questions. Oh, I see. Okay, at 8:31. I'm sorry, Mike. I missed that one. How does this fit alongside our strategy of using paid traffic and other ways to push traffic to a simple squeeze page? Just curious. It doesn't. It's just another way to do it. What Justin was talking about. It's just another way to do it for the people that don't want to use paid traffic, right? I like using paid traffic because I could turn it on and turn it off whenever I want. I don't have to worry about getting smacked around by Google. I don't have to worry about any of those problems. For me, paid traffic is easy. The other good thing about paid traffic, and again, this is just my opinion, right? And this is just my experience with what I do. The other thing with paid traffic for me is that because I know how to sell stuff really well, and that's about all I know how to do, I don't really have to worry about the numbers behind paid traffic, right? A lot of people have to worry about that because they can't close deals. But I don't really have to worry about that because I know what I'm going to make on the client, right? So if I close 20% of the people, I can pay $100, $200, $250 to get those leads in because I know my closing ratio and I know that I'm going to make money on it. All right. So that's why it's just easy for me. I don't have to worry about optimizing the ads and doing 14 different ads in an ad set. I don't have to worry about any of that. Just post an ad up, pay as much as I have to pay, get them in and close them on the phone because, the phone is just what I do. So that was just another way for them to, for you guys to do it. All right, so with paid, SEO sort of becomes, well, Cindy, I guess kind of, but I mean, probably the best thing to do would be both, right? I mean, again, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I don't do both, but, if I could probably start over and learn that, I probably would learn at least the base. I know nothing about it at all, so I would learn like at least the basics of it. Right. And my profitability would probably be higher because I wouldn't be just going on Facebook and literally just like doing all of the United States business owners 18 to 65 post the ad, because that's basically how I run ads. Like I don't look at anything. I don't split test anything. Some of my ads convert at like 0.001%. Like they're terrible, but I don't care. It doesn't matter because I know that I'm going to make money on the lead that comes in. Not every one of them, right? I'm not going to close every one, but I know out of a batch of 20 leads, I'm going to generate a lot of money. So I don't have to worry about all that. Leads are costing me $14 and $20. It doesn't matter. I just post the ad and pay it. Dave, just wanted to thank you for those closes. Are we going to have a session next week about good strategies for Facebook ads? Yeah, we can. We can. I think Lee was going to do something next week with some of his emailing stuff. But if you want to do Facebook ads, I'll show you how to do Facebook ads. It's easier than you think. I mean, I'm not that smart with the technical stuff. Facebook ads is really simple. Cindy, yeah, I just target, that's it. That's literally what I do. Yep. I go into, sometimes I'll do it, I'll add a little bit more, but most of the time I go into the United States and I target business, people that are small business. So I go into, it's kind of hard without showing you, but I'll go into like, when you create the campaign first, right? Campaign is first, that's what you want. So I'll do clicks to website usually or whatever, and I'll have them fill out an application. All right, so I'll do clicks to website, or sometimes I'll do conversion, but it doesn't really matter. I'm getting traffic to a site, I'm having to fill out an application, okay? Then once I get down to the ad set level, I'm picking my demographic and my budget. What I do is I usually do 18 or sometimes like 22. I up the age a little bit and I lower the age a little bit. So I'll do 22 to like 60, right? And then for the targeting, like what they're actually interested in, I do usually owner, there's one that's owner / operator, which I like, but these are all job titles, right? I'm not talking about what they like interests. I'm talking about going down into demographics and looking at the job title, and it's owner / operator, it's CEO, founder, president. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but whatever shows me that they're like a C-level executive at a company or somebody who is a self-employed individual. So like what me and Modi were talking about with the painters, I would love that guy, right? That would be perfect for me, especially now. I could never service those guys before, but now I can because I have a lower ticketed product, right? So that's basically what I do. I look at job titles though, not interests. A lot of people will go in there and they'll type in the interests, like people who want, they like Entrepreneur Magazine or they like Small Business Magazine, whatever. I don't do any of that. I just strictly go for job titles, and every once in a while, I'll mess with the income. I'll look at income levels and net worth levels, but that's rare. Most of the time, I don't even do that. I just go right to job titles, and then I go at it. Modi, the objections we went over are 90% of what people say. So there's not much else that we can come up with when you're giving away a lead. Yeah, because Modi, you're right, because giving away a lead is really freaking easy. What you're doing is a little bit harder, but it's not really that much harder. I mean, it's actually kind of easy too. Cindy, so how could we target for family law? Just age of people who are likely to get. Well, no, Cindy. Okay, all right, hold on. Let me start over with the Facebook stuff, because now Cindy's asking something completely different, or I misunderstood her first question. Okay, so what I was talking about, just so you guys understand, when I was talking about running Facebook ads, right? What I was talking about was Facebook ads for me to get clients, right? So I'm talking about targeting business owners on Facebook that are going to fill out an application and then become my client and pay me. I wasn't talking about the family law guy in Dallas and getting him leads. That's completely different. I don't target small business owners all across the United States to get a family law guy in Dallas leads. Okay, I was talking about getting my business leads that I can close over the phone and my salespeople can close over the phone and we could take money from them. I wasn't talking about servicing the client. That's completely different. So Cindy, to answer your question, how do you target people for plumbing in a certain area? The way that you do that is through local awareness ads or click to call ads. Those are the two best options. Local awareness is a little bit different. Click to call is basically on a mobile phone, and they have it with Google too, but I don't really know it at all on Google, but I know how to do it on Facebook very well. And I'm actually running campaigns for somebody in this group right now on Facebook, a click to call campaign. So basically what it is you put a phone number in, and on mobile phones, instead of like a like button or a link or a download button or whatever, it's a click to call button, right? So they click the button and it calls the place right away. So that's like 80% of what I do when it comes to lead generation for my clients. It's very, very simple. I don't pay a lot of money for it. Maybe $2 or $3 a call or whatever, but it's really not that much money at all. And what I charge is, always going to be a lot more than what I pay, obviously, or else I'd be out of business. So, yes, I do understand what you mean. I was just asking a new question. Click to call. Yeah, that's pretty much what I use exclusively, Cindy, is click to call. And to be honest with you, I would love to do Click to call through Facebook or click to call through SEO? Click to call through Facebook for me. Click to call through Google, like the Google pay-per-call traffic is really good, but I have no clue where to even get started with AdWords. So I could go through the process of hiring somebody, whatever, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. I mean, I know Facebook. I'm not an expert in it at all, but you don't need to be an expert in it. You just need to put the stuff up, and you need to have a good sales sequence. That's pretty much it. So I can get the ads up, and I can get them for $2 or $3 a call, depending on the industry, right, in the area, but on average about $2 or $3 a call. And sure, you know, Keith Krantz is going to laugh at me and say you're a moron for paying $3 a call, but I don't want to start a Facebook agency. You know what I mean? I do different stuff. So I don't care how much the price is because I know that what I can do is going to sell the lead. So as long as my conversion rate or closing ratio on the other side of it is good, it doesn't matter. All right, Mike, Alabama Mike, I've gotten 4 businesses that want to pay me for leads now. So I need to get them coming in ASAP. What would you say is the fastest way? I can't build a site and wait 2 months for the SEO to kick in. I need to know the quickest way to generate leads. Alabama Mike, what we were just talking about is the quickest way to do it. You can literally have leads coming into that business in an hour. And it's really simple. Like, I know what you do, so I'm not going to mention like what it is, but let's just say, you know, it's I don't even know. Like, let's say I'm trying to do something that is going to come across to you, but without revealing what it is that you do. Let's say it's a gun range in New York City, which would never happen ever. God forbid, right? You can't even have like water guns in New York City. But let's just say there's a gun range in New York City, right? What I would do is I would go on Facebook and I would target, you go by mileage, right? So I would drop a pin right on top of the gun range or put the address in, okay? And this is all in the ad set, so I'm targeting, right? This is a local awareness ad. I'm targeting with an address, and then in New York City, because it's so dense, what I would do is I would put like 3 miles around the gun range, okay? Or 5 miles or whatever. And then the ad is going to be a phone number. I'm going to have a little copy in the ad, right, and a picture or whatever, but it's going to be a phone number, and the button is going to say call. So when they hit it on their mobile phone, it's only done on mobile. When they hit it on their mobile phone, it's going to call the gun range right away. That's the quickest way to do it. And you can have ads up in, it takes me 2 minutes to create an ad. And it doesn't happen right away, right? It's got to go through an approval process, and that could be 5 seconds. I've had to wait a half hour to 45 minutes sometimes. I've had one ad not approved my whole life. Most of them always get approved. Just don't go over 20% text in the desktop, and you'll be fine. You know, all basic stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's the quickest way to do it. You get leads in right away. Yeah, Mike, so that'll be the same thing, like if it's a fishing camp. But the difference, I think we talked about this last week, right? The thing is, though, with your specific deal, you have people that are coming. I'm not going to go to a fishing camp that's a mile away from my house, right? Like, I'm not going to do that. If I want to go fishing somewhere, I'm going to travel, right? I mean, unless I'm going to like my local area or whatever, but which I fish at all the time. But if I'm going to go away, then I'm going to be like, I'm going to go from New York down to the Florida Keys and I'm going to go fishing for a week, right? Or something like that. So yours is a little bit more tricky because you have to try to figure out where the customers are coming from, right? So what I would do in that situation is, first thing I would ask them is, where are they coming from now, right? And I'm talking about like location. Like, I would go to the place and I would say, okay, you have a fishing camp, right? Let's look at your customer base now and see where most of them are coming from and see if I can come up with some sort of pattern. And a lot of times you can. And I'll tell you right now, we have a lot of like guides and charter boats and stuff like that out in Montauk, out by me. And if you ask those guys, like 80% of their clients come from Manhattan. So if I'm going to do a targeted ad for them on Facebook, I'm going to do targeted ads around in Manhattan, right? Around Wall Street, places like that. That's where all their clients come from, like 90% of them. So that's what you have to try to figure out, right? Like, where are they coming from? I don't think it's in their local area. No, you're not going to need a squeeze page, Mike. You're not going to need one at all. You can have one, and you could do, you could do it other ways, right? You don't have to always do click to call. That's the quickest and easiest way to do it, and it's the best lead you can ever get. And incoming phone calls is is awesome, right? But you can give away a free guide as well, right? You can give away, don't do the coupon thing because that's BS. But you can give away like a free PDF or whatever. Just listen, when you're doing an ad, the one thing that I'll recommend to you, and again, I don't pay attention to it that much, but this is the one thing, this is like the thing that I live by when it comes to ads. If you guys pay attention to any promotion that I do, whether it's with Lee or, you know, wherever, you'll see that what I have a very fluid offer. Every single time I have a very fluid offer. Sometimes in my sales video, how many people here saw the sales video for the last launch that me and Lee did, the one with Justin, the LinkedIn one? If you guys saw that, just let me know in the chat box because I want to point something out that you guys, because you guys should watch that sales video. But my offers are always very fluid. So what that means is when I look at color, when I look at text size, when I look at font, all that stuff is going to be the same throughout the entire thing. And I live and die by that. Like if I don't have an ad that's fluid, it screws me up. The other thing is that my ads, when I'm advertising something for a paid ad, like a click or whatever, it's always extremely specific. Okay, so my ad is going to say, just talking about your thing, the fishing camp thing. Let's just say it's like, you know, 5 ways to find the best fishing camp or whatever, right? The ad is going to say free report, 5 ways to find the best fishing camp, and then a picture of a fishing camp and then a download now button, right? When they click the download now button, they're going to get led to a squeeze page that says free report, 5 ways to find the best fishing camp, download now button. Same color, same font, same everything, same words. That's how I'm able to get 40, 50, 60% opt-in rates, and I can show you guys that on lead pages. I mean, that's what I get. Because it's not because I'm an expert copywriter or whatever. It's because I tell them exactly what they're going to get on Facebook. Now, what I don't, you know, go around bragging about is that my leads probably cost double what everybody else does because nobody clicks on my stuff. But the people that do click on it, they opt in. So my opt-in rates are very high, but my cost per click is, you know, is higher than most people. Now, if we run click to call in Facebook, will we know if they get calls because Facebook charges by call? Yes, because Facebook charges by call, but that's not really the way that you should do it. What you should do is you should go to a place where like Callfire or something like that, get a number from them. I think it's like $1 or $2 per month for the number, and you have 100 minutes or whatever, and track the calls that way. You could do a Google Voice and stuff, but that's a nightmare. The easiest way to do it is just through Callfire. And there's other places as well, like you can research like call tracking numbers. They're probably cheaper, but I've been using Callfire forever, so that's kind of how I do it. Cindy, lead pages or ClickFunnels? Honestly, whichever one you feel more comfortable using. I'll tell you how I use both of them. So I'll tell you how I use them. ClickFunnels are for building out a sales funnel. Okay, so webinar registration, webinar thank you page, run the webinar, offer page, you know, like sales page, checkout page, membership area, all the content. That's ClickFunnels, right? Or sales page, upsell 1, upsell 2, downsell 1, downsell 2, continuity program, membership area, boom. That's ClickFunnels. Lead pages is I need a squeeze page to send a report to someone. I go in there in like 10 seconds and I don't even do the drag and drop one. I just pick a template and just input my information and it's done. So that's how I use both of them. You don't have to use both. You could just pick one and go with it. But, you know, for this particular model, because I do both information and this, I have to use both of them. For this particular model, you're not going to need more than lead pages, to be honest with you. As much as I love ClickFunnels, you're not going to need more than that. Lead pages will be fine. And by the way, just so you guys know, Cindy mentioned lead funnels and lead pages and ClickFunnels. InstaBuilder, like whatever, you know, they're all the same thing. They all rip each other off and make the same stuff, really. You know, that's what it comes down to. So any of that stuff, I use Divi to build landing pages, which is a elegant theme, so you can use that as well. It's a little bit trickier, but basically the same elements as ClickFunnels has. Lead pages, yeah, Cindy. I have ClickFunnels, but I'm still learning it. Lead pages is easier. Lead pages is definitely easier to use. But like I said, ClickFunnels is, for me anyway, it's more about the entire funnel, right? It's more about getting them into if I was going to run a whole entire funnel on Facebook, I would do that, right? Landing page, opt-in, thank you page, sales page, upsell, downsell, continuity, checkouts on all of them, and a membership area at the end. That's you can't do that on lead pages, right? But if I'm just doing it to collect a lead or whatever, then I'm going to use lead pages because I could set it up in 5 minutes and it's quick and easy, it's clean, and it's not that hard to do. And you only need one page. All right, does anybody want to talk tonight? Or no? If anyone wants to talk, just let me know and I'll get you guys on. Cornell's here. I don't remember seeing you last time, Cornell, or any time really. If you want to go through some phone stuff, you can raise your hand. I literally, guys, just so you know, I switched the webinar platform to Zoom so that we would have an easier time talking because last week was hard. And now nobody wants to say anything. All right, so I'm going to end it there. If you guys have, yeah, I know, Mike. Well, yeah. Maybe hopefully next week if everything, if you get out of there and everything's good. All right, guys, so I'm going to end it there. If you guys have any questions or comments or whatever, you can let us know through email. This will be up, like I said before, tomorrow. Cornell, you're welcome. Mike, you're welcome. Good luck. I hope everything goes well. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Once I figure out how to end this, I'll see you guys next week. You're welcome, Cindy. Take care.